Hello, everybody.
Hi.
So Heather and I wanted to pop in, and we just want to chat a little bit about our chats.
We're going to chat about our chats.
Yes.
Yes.
So we often get some questions about our PDA support and connection chats, and so we thought, you know what, we're just gonna we're just gonna have a little discussion and share about them. So everybody just knows what to expect.
Right.
I
Because sometimes, we offer these things and we just assume that people know what's going to happen in these chats. So we had a couple of instances um, we've had a couple of instances where people have asked, for specifics on how the chats operate.
Yes.
So that's why we popped on.
So first off, let's just talk about who the chats are for. Like
Yeah.
who should show up at
Um,
our
at our
chats?
chats, we welcome anybody who is connected with PDA, pathological demand avoidance. We have the majority of our participants are parents. However, we have had adult PDAers find that our space is very safe for them to come and be in. We have had mental health professionals come in who support PDAers. We have had other types of therapists, OTs, PTs, speech language therapists who come in because they interact with PDAers in their professional lives.
So we want everyone to know that our our chats, and we're talking about our Tuesday chats.
Mhm.
Um, it is not specifically a parenting group.
No.
So um, anyone with any connection to PDA. So that also includes grandparents,
Hmm.
aunts and uncles, step parents, because they are a very important piece to the family.
Hmm.
So,
Significant others.
right.
Yep. And it's a place where it doesn't matter where you are in your understanding of PDA. You know,
Exactly.
we have a place where everybody can come where they are and find community.
Right.
We've had
So,
people who come and it's their first time. They heard about PDA last week because they were Googling at 1 in the morning because they were trying to find something. Um, and they find PDA and then they find us and they're just trying to understand a little bit more about it. We have all the way to we have community members who come to chats who've been with us for years and they've been on their journey for years.
yes. So our chats are the first and the third Tuesday of every month. Occasionally we have to change that one if there is a holiday, or two, we do change that schedule in October when we come together for an in-person retreat. But we do have the full schedule on our website and all the social media. So we also offer these chats at a morning time and in an evening time. And you are welcome at either one and both. And I
Mhm.
think that is a really important part of what we're trying to facilitate.
Right, right. So we're trying to make sure that that we can have a space for people who can make it in the morning, and then we understand that there are people out there who the morning's not going to work, so we offer the evening one as well. Go ahead. You look like Krista. Go ahead.
So we always post any times. We always use just the central time zone to when we do our post because it's easiest for us to just when we
Sorry, that's I always
I'm
do
like,
that. I always mess with my
there's an
phone.
echo.
I'm gonna sit on my hands again. I had to do this once before. I'm gonna sit on my hands so I don't touch things.
So we're always posting central time zone. That is just the easiest way for us to keep things consistent. But like all time zones, you know, if you need help figuring out what time it is in your time zone, one, we always share a link to a time zone converter. The other thing that's really important to me about the time zones is this still lines up with people in different countries. So that's kind of our next piece of information. We are based in the US, but this is not a US only support chat. So you are welcome to join from anywhere in the world. That also means I know for our we do have some community members who are in Australia and New Zealand. And so that means that we are meeting on Tuesday, but you're meeting on Wednesday.
That's right. We always like to joke with our New Zealand friend and ask him how the future's going. How's the future going?
So, yeah, whatever time zone you're in or wherever you're located in the world, we probably can help you figure out the time zone. So that means that you might get to meet with us on Wednesday while we're still in Tuesday. But you are still welcome. And I think that's super important. You're still welcome wherever you're at in the world.
Something else that people ask us is, what do we do in chats? Like how do I need, if I was coming to a chat for the first time, what should I expect? And what is expected of me as a participant?
Right. Oh, am I answering
Oh, I don't
that?
know. I thought maybe are you ready to answer that part?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so in our chats, the first Tuesday of the month, we call that a general chat. And then on this, it's the third or our second meeting. I just got so confused with
It's
my
okay,
number.
but you did it.
Okay.
Got it.
That is what we call our deep dive. And so we'll get into that more. I got to stay focused. So, if you come, yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
If you come to chat, whether it's your first time or you've been here lots, please show up just as you are.
That's right.
Whoever you are,
Yep.
wherever you're at in your journey. We meet for 2 hours and you are welcome to come at any point in the 2 hours. And you can leave at any point. You can leave and come back. So it's very open time frame. Just come wherever you are. If you are in the car, as long as you are participating safe, then you can join from the car. You can have a camera on, you can have a camera off.
You can participate, you can talk, you can not talk. You can
Yes.
participate via chat or not. You know, we have parents who they are able to access us by only listening. You know, they have their earbuds in, they have their phone, they're listening that way. And we also like to say that we are a safe place, and we understand where parents are, and there's very little that hasn't come in to these chats. There are very, very few topics that we haven't heard about. So if you're worried that there's going to be judgment, or there's going to be some kind of, a situation that we haven't necessarily experienced with other families, I hope that made sense.
Yes.
You
Yes.
don't have to fear coming to these chats if you need support, if you need community, if you just need a branch to hold on to, because we've lived the
Yes.
PDA life. We've lived the difficult parts of the PDA life, and we also have lived the beautiful parts of PDA. So don't feel like you don't have a place at the table.
And the thing about it is we are trying to bring together a community. And so these chats are community discussions. They're not set up to be a lecture.
Mm-mm.
And so the thing about it is when you bring people together, if I don't have the answer or if I don't have the lived experience, there will be somebody else who does. And this is a place where you can get connected in with other people who do have that life experience. And so on our general chats, it's a general discussion. Come with your questions, come with your
It's very
concerns.
fluid. It's a very fluid day.
Yes. And we're going to just flow through with whatever is going
Mhm.
on. And like Heather said, you can participate through our chat. It's the Zoom chat text bar. And you can put questions because sometimes you have other people around you. You might have a PDAer who is actually sitting right
Right
next
next to
to
you.
you. Um, and if you have a topic you want to discuss, you can put it in the chat and we'll discuss it. And we'll also make sure to do it in a way that anybody who might be listening is still being respected.
Mhm.
And so we also create a very respectful atmosphere. We speak about everybody with compassion and kindness. So we always say, please come with a troubleshooting mindset
Right, right.
and a collaborative mindset. A lot of people find us when their family is in a crisis or state of distress. And we completely understand that. And we are so open to hearing the hard and the hurt and sitting with you in that. But please also come with respect for your PDAer because they are a human being and they're also in distress.
Mhm.
And so we want to offer support and troubleshooting. Okay, so we also have then our deep dive. Heather, you explain deep dive.
I'll explain deep dive. So this is something we started earlier this year. And a deep dive is really kind of like a master class on one specific topic. And that happens on the third, I almost did the same thing, Carissa, um, on the third Tuesday of the month. And we'll pick a topic and we will do a deep dive in that topic. And generally, we have kind of a webinar. I don't know, what would you say? Like a presentation. That's the word I'm looking for. And then the time that's left after the presentation, The first focus would be discussion around that deep dive topic. And then anything, if there's extra time after that, then we generally open it up to just a general chat, anything that people might need to bring to the community for help with. So yeah, that's kind of how we're doing it this year.
And you don't need to have any sort of knowledge
No.
or you can just show up and listen to whatever the topic is. That can be the first ever chat that you've been to. And we're still going to, though, if you come with questions because you're maybe in chaos, you can still show up at the deep dive and get the connection.
And we use the deep dive topics are topics that our community has expressed that they would like a deeper knowledge of. So in the past, we have had topics such as autistic inertia, autistic burnout, double empathy. Those are types of things that we are talking about. And then actually in September, we're having a special guest speaker for our deep dive, and she's going to be talking about service animals, service dogs, and how a service dog has fit into their lives.
We try really hard to pre-plan what our deep dive is and post that out on our social media so that people so that they know kind of what that topic is going to be. Sometimes it's going to be someone from the Journeys team who is going to present that topic. But sometimes we're going to bring in some special guests to be able to share. Deep dives they're more about topics relating to neurodiversity. And then we are going to tie in part of PDA, or where does this fit with PDA? But they are going to be all kinds of different neurodiverse topics. And so, okay, so now let's talk about how can somebody join? How do they get to join?
So what we would ask you to do is email us at journeyswithpda@gmail.com and just ask to be put on our list to receive the Zoom link. It's that easy.
Also through our website.
Oh, I forgot about that part.
Yeah,
Thanks.
There's a piece on the website or a link or button, whatever it is, where you it'll just automatically generate an email that comes directly to us. We don't have like sign up here to subscribe because we're about connection, and everything's personal. And so you actually just email us. We're going to add you to our email link list. And then on the Monday before chat, we're going to send out an email with all of the information and with the Zoom link so that you can pop in.
Yep, it's that easy.
Anything else about chats?
I don't think so.
If you're watching and you have a question about just our chats, go ahead and just leave us a comment and we'll get back to you on that. But if you do want to be added to the list, we do ask that you email us at journeyswithpda@gmail.com.
All right. Sounds like a plan.